Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This is the sketch we are using and it is by Amy J. I'm going to rotate it one turn clockwise and I'm going to make the pink areas my embellishment areas, and then I have a different number of photos than she does. My photos are slightly smaller than 4x6. I'm also using a little bit of Lindy's Magicals. The two colors that I got ready for were the Steel Shimmer and Gypsy Soul Slate. So the one I'm currently doing is the Gypsy Soul Slate, and it is, I don't end up using that one. I end up using the Steel Shimmer, which is the more brown of the two. I thought I would probably use both, but it turns out I only ended up using the one because I found some printables that I really liked off of Creative Fabrica, so I'm using those today as well, and you'll see me pulling those off on my mat here in a bit while these two pieces of paper dry. I will put links for both of the products down below just in case you're interested in those. Those are actually from two different collections, but I believe you can get them individually on the Lindy's Magicals or Lindy's Stamp Gang website. This is the collection that I am using from Creative Fabrica. The Cool Cousin Crew is something that I put together myself based off of something that was on their website, but there was way too much involved in modifying the file for me to use, so I kind of made my own kind of similar. Theirs had a whole bunch of other stuff going on. It was, I think, like a patriotic colors and stars and all kinds of stuff, and I wanted mine to be very simple, so I made my title there. But the other pieces are just out of a printable, and I print on my Canon printer, which is a TS9521CA, and Tara over at the Paper Snob turned me on to this printer. It is a printer that prints full 12x12 straight out of the box. It's amazing. The quality is really, really great. I did not need to print full 12x12, of course, to print these images. I just wanted the images, not a full sheet of paper. And so I kind of sized them for the embellishments that I thought I would use. And basically, these are pictures of the girls that I take care of with their cousins. I was not with them during this trip. Their mom sent me these pictures. I will probably be doing these same three photos again at some point for the other album, the other child's album, but I wanted to make sure I captured that because they don't get together with their cousins super frequently. They live out of town in Southern California, so it's several hours of driving to get there. And when she shares things like that, I try to make sure I put them in their albums, so at least they are represented somewhere in the album. I have a ton of photos of me with them, but they don't need an album just of me. They need me with them doing whatever they're doing. They need their family in there too, because that's a huge part of their life also. And so I'm always asking their parents, or actually even some of their family members, like I know the grandparents and their aunts and whatnot, and so I've said, hey, send me photos of you with the kids if you want me to get them in their scrapbooks, and they have actually taken me up on that a couple of times. So this is one of those times where I'm like, I want to make sure I get these in the album, and I think it'll be super cute. So I just did a bunch of toys because I know they're playing in like a ball pit and there are some toys represented there, but like I said, I wasn't with them, so I don't know all of the story of what was going on or anything like that. So I just included that castle that is made out of blocks, and a doll and a top, and as you can see, a robot, a train, and a car. I thought that was a good representation of kids at varying ages and kind of gender neutral, because I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing with this layout. To start with, I didn't know which kid it was for, actually. But when we went through their albums and I sorted layouts, the younger one of the two girls said she wanted it in her album. So there you have it. It's in her album, and now I owe the older one a layout. But that's how it works. It took me a little bit to get my photos lined up. I did use my T-square ruler because that paper actually does have a grid on it. It's a very fine grid, but they're not perfectly straight up and down or side to side. They're a little wonky. And so it was kind of one of those optical illusions where I thought my photos were straight, but then I'm like, it doesn't match with the alignment of the lines that are on the paper in any direction that I look. So yeah, T-square ruler to the rescue. And then I did cut some strips of that paper that I made with the Lindy Stamp Gang, the steel shimmer, and that's what is around the outside as part of the border. Just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. I kept this one super simple, you guys. Sometimes, you know, I'm in an all-out more is more and pile it on kind of a mood, or I feel like I'm very in a floral mood or something like that. In this case, I just wanted to do something cute and childish, and that's what this basically is. There's not a whole lot to it, but I think it does actually represent the sketch pretty well. Could I have gone floral? Of course I could have gone floral, but you know, I felt like piling these layers of toys on there was going to do the job for me, so that's what I went with. I did add a few labels up to this upper right hand corner so their mom could go ahead and write some things down. And then I found a label that says, I think it says Love Big on it. That is from Pretty Little Studio. It's from one of their collections that I had a while back and it didn't get used, so I went ahead and put it on this layout, bringing some of the blue up there. I've got kind of a heavy blue in the robot area and the castle, so I felt like it would be a really good idea to go ahead and bring a little bit of blue up there, ignoring the blue that is over their faces. I apologize that you don't get to see their cute little faces, but for privacy purposes I go ahead and block those out. And that is pretty much going to do it for this layout. The close-ups will be along here in just a moment. And I want to remind you that there are a bunch of people playing along with 30 days of sketches. The link for that is down below, so you can go and check that out and see all of the sketches that have gone up so far for this month. And there will be links to the products that I used, including the Creative Fabrica stuff, down below for you in case you're interested. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. And I am really behind on that. So my apologies if you have asked a question and I have not heard, or you've not heard from me. But I will get to it. And so be on the lookout. Thanks so much for watching. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.